What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here. Delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. We are getting so close to 23,000. If you have not backed Dave's Volt today, go do so. Let's get us over this hump so we can start bragging about being at 23,000. It's awesome. This is the real alternative to mainstream comics. This is beautiful art with real storytelling, real heroism. You got a wonderful fantasy, just like Conan the Barbarian from back in the day. With, of course, a nice Crusader twist. And you'll have a lot of fun with this. I guarantee it. Book's going to be out probably around June time. We are almost done with the book, so we're going to ship these out as soon as this closes. It'll be awesome. Thank you for the support, people. All right. Let's get to the topic of today. I'm sorry, again, I don't have my mic. I'm up in the mountains. I was going to take some days off, but there were too many good stories today. I wanted to have some fun and share some of this stuff with you guys. Tess Fowler is somebody who has worked in fantasy comics, not as good as Dave's Volt, of course, but she's worked on the D&D stuff that has been put out in the last couple of years, and that's about her claim to fame. She did some indie stuff that really nobody paid attention to after that, but she has constantly just gone out there and just harassed people from Comicsgate, just constant, just negativity, anger, hatred, bigotry. You name it. You can't get her to act like a rational human being. It's really sad. So she has a new rant out a couple days ago. I'm a little late, again, because I was taking a break from YouTube, but I do want to read this because I think it's funny. And, we can dunk on Tess Fowler together. She is deserving of this because she doesn't know how to use a blog, apparently. She has to use Twitter and act like it's a blog. So, there you go.
Reminder. If you want to help reduce the online bullying people in and around comic book industry receive, chain block anyone who supports Comicsgate. It was started by an online troll.
Is that me? Yeah, I guess so. Thanks.
And hijacked by a hate monger.
I think that's Mr. Ethan Van Sciver. It's a pretty nice endorsement.
Blocking them robs them of oxygen and required to do harm. If anyone in and around comics did this, we'd eventually be safe. I've been hit repeatedly since 2013.
By the way, Comicsgate didn't start until 2017.
It ramped up into unbearable territory in 2016, 2017. Then they continued all through my cancer stuff. Chain blocking everyone helps. For clarity, the person who started CG attended the white supremacist...
Oh, she wasn't talking about me. I did not attend any white supremacist march.
Where Heather Heyer was murdered and ruthlessly attacked multiple comics people out of nowhere for years.
She's talking about Richard Meyer, a.k.a. Diversity in Comics, a.k.a. Comics Matter with your boy, Zach, who I don't know if he attended that or not. I know he was in the vicinity at the time. She's talking about that Tiki Torch march in Charlottesville. And she's also kind of manipulating events where there was a mob in the street and there was a frustrated driver who was not affiliated or a part of the march who was then just tried to haul it out of there and sadly hit a lady in that march. But, don't get in front of cars is typically a good way to not get hit by cars, whatever. Let's see here where this is a distraction here. Anyway, Tess Fowler is inaccurate about events, but whatever.
Current CG head idiot thought this guy was wise and then took over the harassment YouTube spin.
I guess making YouTube videos criticizing people's public tweets is, quote, harassment. Though I would argue that what Tess Fowler is doing towards Comicsgate is harassment. Let's not look at the log in your own eye there, Tess.
When the CG branch of harassment began, they had an element of surprise, various pros and comics who agreed with them. Of course, because comic books have been ruined by people like Tess Fowler trying to insert awful social justice messages into everything. Nobody wants to read it. Nobody wants to be around it. Nobody wants to deal with you, Tess. Current CG had told me himself at the time that the harassment we were going through was deserved.
They do deserve criticism. They've ruined every property everybody holds dear. They made it so people can't enjoy or have fun with anything anymore, and it's really sad.
And then promptly demanded I unblock him on Twitter. Both of these people frequent a website that doxes victims.
That's the site I'm gathering this from right now, which is called Kiwi Farms. Thank you to the Ace Autists at Kiwi Farms for posting this, because I am too blocked by Tess Fowler.
That means they find your home address, your family members, your personal info, and they share it with each other.
I've never done this, so don't know what she's talking about.
This is done for purposes of frightening you, swatting you, and doing serious harm. I think the only people who have been harassed like this are Comicsgate people themselves, but whatever. These people who will not be happy until there's real life carnage. They are full of hate. I think this is Tess talking about herself at this point, because she's so hateful she would never even talk with people. She has to try to shut them and shun them from their places of business, shun them from work, try to make them so they can't feed their families. And if she came across one of us in the street, I have no doubt she would be violent. I don't think I'd ever be violent towards Tess Fowler, but I guarantee she would probably be violent towards me. All right. Their MO is to feign politeness and to fool the immediate onlookers. So we're being polite, and she's opposed to that. Hate hiding behind feigned friendliness is still hate. I don't know. I'm just friendly, Tess. I don't know what's going on. Blockchain is here. Download it to your desktop. You can run it on anyone's follower list. Wow, she's paranoid. So there she goes. She's telling everybody to block everybody, and that way she can further inoculate herself into her own bubble where she can spew her hate and never be called on it. Very, very interesting. I've been tracking them since 2017 because I was afraid they were going to murder someone. We're just trying to make comic books, Tess. Jeez. They targeted others far harder than they hit me. People with more to lose. People minus even my few protections. And they were riling each other up to do someone in. I watched it all. That's quite a claim. And if this is being used to try to hit Ethan Van Sciver's business or Richard C. Meyer's business or my business, there's a libel claim there because there's nobody who's attempted murder in those circles whatsoever. I've never heard Ethan talk like that. I've never heard Richard Meyer talk like that. I've never talked like that. The only person who says these bizarre conspiracy theories is Tess Fowler herself, which I can only imagine what's going on in her head, in regards to people like me when she makes comments like this. Please look out for each other and block these assholes on sight. If you have any kind of platform in geek spaces, I'm asking you to chain block hate mongers. Maybe I'll chain block Tess Fowler. She seems to be pretty hateful. I'm tired. I fought for way too long. I need you to take up the fight. It's not really fighting, but okay. In closing, if you need help handling online harassment, you can DM or email me. Tess, I get a lot of online harassment from people, usually from your side. Can I DM or email you in regards to this? Because I'm currently blocked, sadly. These people go way too far. Your people do. Some are troubled and in need of help. Many of them are clearly a moment away from homicide. That is not funny. There is no hot take here. Look after one another. All right. Well, that's it. I mean, Tess Fowler has riled herself up into such a hateful spot in her mind. It's absolutely insane. And her followers are dangerous. I really do fear from hearing from them. And I may block Tess Fowler with this blockchain. This might actually be a good idea. And you might want to also. You never want these SJW types around you because they incite riots. They go around and they destroy minority-owned businesses like they did last summer. It's absolutely crazy how they react when they get into a frenzied mob rage, and we can all do our best to be rid of them. And you don't have to support them anymore. Back Deus Volt, as I said at the beginning of this video. We have real comics by people who don't hate you, by people who are just having fun, like comic books should be. All right, hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this. We'll talk to you soon.